Have you ever thought about why some women make it to 100 while others don't even reach 80? What's their secret, and how can you apply it to your own life? In today's video, we're going to take a deep look at 5 essential secrets that set apart those who thrive in their later years from those who don't. These aren't just random tips. You'll uncover real practical habits that can reshape the way you live your life. You'll understand why so many women stop making their health a priority after spending years caring for others, and how that choice often leads to avoidable health problems. We'll also discuss how having purpose, keeping your mind active, and staying socially engaged can add years to your life while making those years more fulfilling. Plus, I'll reveal the simple yet incredibly effective ways that women who live the longest keep their bodies moving without the need for intense workouts or spending long hours at the gym. But here's the most surprising part. Secret number 5 might just shock you, and it could be the missing piece that helps you live your healthiest, most vibrant life. Stick with me until the very end, and you won't just learn these secrets, you'll discover how to implement them into your own life, starting right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly suggest hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support truly means a lot, and if you enjoy this video, you can help spread these valuable lessons by giving it a like and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can learn how to improve and create better content for you. Now, let's get started. The women who make it past 100 all share one powerful trait. They never stop moving. But it's not just about exercising for health benefits. For them, movement is deeply ingrained in their daily lives, as natural as eating or sleeping. They don't see it as an obligation or a difficult task. Instead, it's something they enjoy and embrace. They move because it makes them feel good, whether it's taking a peaceful walk in the morning as the fresh air fills their lungs and the warm sun touches their skin, or tending to their gardens with care. Some do gentle stretching, others practice yoga, and some dance freely in their living rooms, feeling the rhythm in their bodies. For these extraordinary women, movement isn't categorized as a workout, it's simply a way of being. It's how they interact with the world around them. Many centenarians from the world's blue zones, those rare regions where people frequently live to 100 or beyond, don't view movement as something separate from life. They don't go to the gym for hours or follow strict workout routines. Instead, they take the stairs instead of the elevator, carry their own groceries, clean their homes, and spend plenty of time outdoors. They stay active by engaging in activities that bring them joy and keep them connected to their surroundings. Why does this matter so much? Because the true enemy of aging isn't just time, it's inactivity. When we stop moving, it's like our bodies start to decline. Muscles weaken, bones lose strength, circulation slows, and the risk of disease increases. But here's the good news. This decline isn't inevitable. Staying active, regardless of age, is one of the most powerful ways to maintain strength, balance, and vitality. Movement keeps you aware of your body, connected to your breath, and full of energy. The key isn't pushing yourself to the extreme or doing intense workouts every day. It's about consistency. It's about making movement a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Your body will thank you with increased energy, better health, and a deep sense of vitality that doesn't fade with age. It's not just about living longer, it's about making every day count. The more you keep moving, the more you'll be able to enjoy life, feeling its rhythm with every step you take. You think about women who live to 100, their eating habits might be very different from what most people are used to. These incredible women have discovered the secret to longevity through their diet. By choosing nourishing foods that provide their bodies with the essential nutrients they need. They don't fall into the trap of eating highly processed foods, sugary snacks, or greasy fast food meals. Even though those foods might be tempting, they understand that such choices don't truly nourish the body. Instead, they embrace a simple yet powerful truth. The right foods, the ones that are fresh, natural, and full of real nutrition, hold the key to vitality and life. Their plates are always filled with colorful, fresh fruits and vegetables which not only nourish the body, but also bring joy with their vibrant flavors and textures. Whole grains, packed with fiber and energy, are a regular part of their meals, giving them sustained strength throughout the day. Healthy fats from sources like nuts, olive oil, and avocados keep their hearts strong and their bodies running smoothly. And when it comes to protein, they choose lean, wholesome options like fish, beans, and eggs. Foods that support their muscles, help repair tissue, and keep their systems functioning at their best. Equally important is what they avoid. They steer clear of too much sugar, which is known to accelerate aging and contribute to chronic illnesses. They minimize processed foods that are loaded with artificial additives, preservatives, and empty calories. Their approach to food isn't just about eating in the moment. It's about making choices that support long-term health and well-being. To them, food isn't just fuel. It's a powerful tool that preserves their energy, health, and overall quality of life. The way they eat reflects their deep understanding of the connection between food and longevity. They eat mindfully, with gratitude and respect for their bodies. Their lifestyle teaches us an important lesson. Choosing fresh, wholesome foods isn't just about maintaining a healthy diet. It's a vital investment in the future. If we learn to make these choices, we too can unlock the secret to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Isn't it incredible how something as simple as food can be the foundation for lifelong vitality and happiness? It's no secret that the body and mind are deeply connected. They work together as partners throughout life, and when one starts to weaken, the other often follows. That's why women who live to be 100 don't just focus on their physical health. They understand that keeping their minds sharp is just as important. They know that an active, engaged brain is essential not only for survival, but for truly thriving in old age. These women, they actively nurture mental well-being in ways that go far beyond just exercising and maintaining a healthy diet. They are committed to keeping their minds just as strong as their bodies, if not even stronger. They read books that challenge their thinking, write to articulate their ideas and emotions, engage in games that enhance their cognitive abilities, and solve puzzles that sharpen their problem-solving skills. They maintain a sense of curiosity, always eager to explore new ways to learn, grow, and stretch their mental capabilities. Some even pick up entirely new hobbies well into their 70s, 80s, or even 90s, proving that it's never too late to reignite the brain and challenge oneself to think in new and innovative ways. Many of these women make it a priority to welcome new experiences throughout their lives because they recognize that as long as they remain open to learning, they will continue to stay sharp, attentive, and connected to the world around them. If you are still watching this video and find these insights valuable, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. The key to maintaining mental sharpness isn't merely about avoiding cognitive decline, but about actively stimulating the brain with fresh experiences, new concepts, and engaging challenges. It's about ensuring that the brain is constantly engaged, thinking critically, and adapting. People who live past 100 are often not just passively moving through their days. They make a conscious effort to stay mentally active by participating in tasks or activities that demand their complete focus. Many of these women continue working in some form, whether by teaching others, mentoring the younger generation, or contributing to their communities in ways that require critical thinking, problem solving, and sharing their accumulated wisdom. Whether it's mentoring someone in a new skill, leading discussions, or simply offering advice shaped by years of experience, they continue to make meaningful intellectual contributions that stimulate their minds. Their involvement in such tasks acts as a form of mental exercise, keeping them mentally agile, intellectually engaged, and emotionally fulfilled. But perhaps the most profound realization these remarkable women have is that staying mentally sharp is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time effort, but a lifelong dedication to keeping the mind engaged and active. Learning doesn't end at any age. There is always something fresh to uncover, something new to grasp, and something different to experience. And that might just be the biggest lesson they offer, the importance of continuously challenging oneself, regardless of age. As the brain grows and matures, it becomes increasingly vital to provide it with opportunities for renewal, education, and critical thinking. Every novel experience, every fresh piece of knowledge serves as nourishment for the brain, and the more enriched the brain is, the healthier it remains. These women serve as living proof that a curious mind is a formidable one, and they demonstrate that even in our later years, we possess the ability to evolve, learn, and adapt in fascinating ways. But perhaps the most significant secret to maintaining a sharp mind over many decades lies in how these women cultivate and sustain social relationships. Human beings are inherently social creatures. And when we isolate ourselves, we deprive ourselves of one of the most powerful sources of both mental and emotional nourishment. Loneliness can rapidly deteriorate mental health, dull our senses, and impair cognitive function. It is a dangerous cycle to fall into, particularly as we age. The more we withdraw, the less we engage with others, and the weaker our connection to the world becomes. However, the women who live the longest are acutely aware of this and take deliberate steps to remain socially active. They engage in conversations, learn from others, and share their experiences and knowledge with those around them. These interactions are what keep their minds engaged, inspire continued learning, and reinforce their sense of belonging and purpose in life. It's not just the mental stimulation of conversation that is important, it's also the emotional fulfillment that comes from the deep, meaningful connections they build. They recognize the significance of community and prioritize relationships that keep them connected, curious, and satisfied. For these women, curiosity is not just a trait of youth, it's a lifelong philosophy. They don't stop asking questions, they don't stop seeking new knowledge, they don't stop striving to comprehend the world in fresh and dynamic ways. They remain open to new perspectives, eager to listen, learn, and grow. They don't allow age to close their minds or restrict their possibilities. Instead, they welcome every opportunity for intellectual exploration and cognitive growth. It is this insatiable curiosity, this relentless hunger for knowledge and experience that fuels their longevity and keeps their minds sharp well into their later years. The world's longest living women demonstrate that age does not have to be a barrier to learning. Instead, the pursuit of knowledge only deepens the richness of life as we grow older. And that, more than anything, is the greatest lesson they share. To never stop being curious, to never stop exploring, and to never stop challenging yourself, because that is what keeps the mind active, engaged, and truly alive. Another crucial secret they embrace is refusing to accept decline as an unavoidable reality. It's a tragic and all too common occurrence that many older women don't reach the age of 80 or beyond, and a significant reason for this is the expectation of decline. Society, family, friends, and even medical professionals often reinforce the notion that aging must inevitably bring a slow and unavoidable deterioration of both physical and mental capabilities. How often have you heard statements like, "That's just what happens as you get older," or "You're at an age now where you should slow down and take it easy"? These repeated messages gradually become ingrained in a woman's self-perception, and she starts to accept them as truth. She begins to believe that her fate is one of inevitable decline. And the moment she adopts this belief, the real deterioration begins, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. She stops pushing herself. She stops striving for personal growth or setting new goals. She resigns herself to the idea that there's no longer a purpose in working toward anything new, because after all, what's the point if her body is supposedly failing her, if her energy levels are dwindling, and if the world around her seems to be moving forward without her? But this is where a significant shift in perspective is necessary, because this mindset, painful as it may be, is not the reality for most women who live long, healthy, and fulfilling lives. Women who reach 100 don't view aging as a sentence to frailty or an end to their vitality. Instead, they see it as an opportunity, a challenge to become even stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. They do not fear aging, they embrace it. In my opinion, one of the most powerful things we can learn from these incredible women is that longevity is not just about genetics or luck. It's about attitude, determination, and the refusal to accept limits imposed by society or by oneself. The women who thrive well into old age understand that mindset is everything. And by choosing to remain engaged, curious, and mentally active, they continue to live with energy and enthusiasm, proving that the mind is truly one of the most powerful tools we possess. One of the most empowering things you can do as you grow older is to reject the belief that decline is unavoidable. Aging is not some fixed destiny. Those who flourish in their later years are the ones who see themselves as strong, flexible, and entirely capable of living life on their own terms, no matter their age. Rather than dwelling on what they can no longer do, these remarkable women focus on what they still can. They refuse to let their age define their limits. Instead, they make their years work in their favor. They embrace what is possible at every stage of life. The truth is, your body will undergo changes over time. That is a fact that cannot be denied. But those changes do not have to lead to a slow decline into frailty or dependence. The women who reach 100 understand this reality and adjust accordingly. They adapt to the evolving needs of their bodies, but never give up on themselves. They continue to nourish their bodies with good food, regular movement, and mental stimulation. They prioritize their emotional well-being and relationships. They ensure their minds remain sharp by constantly learning, exploring new hobbies, and staying curious about the world around them. I believe this ability to adapt is the key ingredient to leading a fulfilling and meaningful life. It is not about being perfect, it is about making progress. When you allow yourself to continuously grow, adjust, and welcome change rather than resist it, you build resilience. And resilience is what keeps us moving forward no matter the obstacles we encounter. Think about this. The notion that you must decline with age is simply a mindset. And like any mindset, it can be reshaped. It takes a conscious choice to reject the belief that aging automatically means becoming weak or fragile. But once you make that choice, you begin to see aging as a time for growth rather than a period of loss. When you refuse to accept the idea that decline is inevitable, you open the door to endless possibilities. You can remain strong, energetic, sharp, and independent at any stage of life. These inspiring women who thrive well into their 90s and beyond do not buy into the myths society tells them about aging. They push back against cultural expectations and carve out their own path, one filled with vitality, strength, and empowerment. They prove that age is not a reason to stop living fully. So what can you do right now to make this shift in mindset? Start by focusing on your strengths. What can you do today to take care of yourself? Maybe it is incorporating more movement into your day, challenging yourself to learn something new, or simply letting go of limiting beliefs about what aging should look like. When you start believing in your ability to remain strong and capable regardless of your age, you will unlock a new world of opportunities for yourself. And before you know it, the thought of decline will be nothing more than a distant memory because you will be too busy living life to even notice. Secret number 5, find your purpose. Purpose is not just a word, it is the very foundation of life. It is the invisible yet powerful force that drives every step we take and every breath we draw. It is what keeps us going when life presents obstacles, when we face moments of sorrow, and when the world feels overwhelming. Yet it is heartbreaking to see so many women, especially as they retire, as their children leave home, or as they experience the deep loss of a spouse, feeling utterly lost. A profound emptiness takes hold, a lingering sense that each day is just an endless cycle of waking up without direction. It is as though the fire of purpose has dimmed, leaving them wandering through life without motivation or reason. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons meaningful, please comment Toby below to let me know you are still here with me. This lack of direction is not just an emotional battle, it also impacts the body. When we lack purpose, we lose the drive to stay active, care for our health, and even nourish our minds. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before long, this sense of disconnection begins to take a toll. The mind becomes sluggish, the heart heavy with regret, and the body, once lively and full of energy, begins to feel tired, as if it too has surrendered. While these emotional and physical effects may start off subtly, over time, they can lead to real health concerns, such as depression, anxiety, and even premature aging. But this is where the power of purpose steps in. Research increasingly shows that people who maintain a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer, healthier, and more satisfying lives. Why? Because purpose acts as an anchor for the mind. It keeps our thoughts sharp, engaged, and active. When we have something to live for, whether it is learning new things, nurturing relationships, or supporting causes that matter to us, we stay mentally alert and curious. But purpose does more than just engage the mind. It fills our hearts with joy and fulfillment. It reminds us that our lives have meaning beyond the everyday routine. It motivates us to give to others, spread kindness, and cultivate meaningful connections that uplift us. When we have something to care about, we open ourselves up to a richer emotional experience. It gives us the strength to face challenges, to endure difficulties, and to find resilience in times of hardship. From a physical perspective, having a clear purpose fuels our bodies to stay active. Those with purpose are more likely to remain physically engaged, whether through exercise, volunteering, or hobbies that require movement. They do not sit idly by, letting life pass them. They are active participants, both in their own lives and in the lives of others. This ongoing engagement, whether mental, emotional, or physical, keeps us energetic, agile, and full of life. I genuinely believe that having purpose is the key to both emotional and physical well-being. It ties everything together. It is the reason we wake up each morning and face the day with enthusiasm. Without it, we risk drifting through life, letting time slip away while we wait for something to change, instead of being the force that creates change. That is why discovering what fuels you, what excites you, and what makes you feel connected to something greater than yourself is essential. Purpose does not have to be a massive, life-changing mission. It can be as simple as strengthening relationships, contributing to your community, pursuing a passion, or expanding your knowledge. It might be personal, like finding inner peace, or focused outwardly, like helping others. The key is that it is something that ignites a sense of meaning in you, something that adds purpose to your days and makes you feel alive. When you discover your purpose, it will uplift you, restore your energy, and give you the motivation to live with intention, happiness, and vitality. Purpose is not just something you have, it is something that has you. When you fully embrace it and allow it to shape your life, you will find that life becomes more fulfilling, more vibrant, and more rewarding. So take the time to rediscover your purpose. It is not a luxury, it is a necessity for a life that is full, rich, and beautiful. Your purpose is your guiding force, your foundation, and it will carry you through every stage of life with grace and strength. As we wrap up today's conversation, take a moment to reflect. Purpose is what keeps us moving forward, no matter what phase of life we are in. It drives us, keeps our minds sharp, fills our hearts, and keeps us physically engaged. What have you learned today? What part of this message resonated most with you? What is one thing you will take from this and start applying to your life today? I would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Your feedback means the world to us, and we are here to support you on your journey. Leave your comment below and let us continue this conversation. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.